So today's video is mainly about what is epidemic, endemic, pandemic, and also an outbreak. So people are getting quite confused by recently announced by the Health Ministry of Malaysia that Malaysia is expected to move from COVID-19 pandemic into the endemic phase by the end of October. And not only that, he said this move was in line with the government's target to ensure at least 80% of the adult population in the country is fully vaccinated by then. However, he said even though the country has managed to control the coronavirus, the community needs to accept the fact to live with the virus. Hi and hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Vishman Subramaniam. So, not all infectious disease terms are created equal, though often they are mistakenly used interchangeably. So the distinction between the words pandemic, epidemic and also endemic is regularly blurred even by medical experts. So this is because the definition of each term is fluid and changes as diseases become more or less prevalent over time. While conversational use of these words might not require precise definitions, knowing the difference is important to help you better understand public health news and appropriate public health responses. So let's start with the basic definition. So an epidemic is a disease that affects a large number of people within a community, population, or a region. Secondly, a pandemic is an epidemic that spread over multiple countries or continents. Third one is endemic. So endemic is something that belongs to a particular people or country. Last but not the least, an outbreak is a greater than anticipated increase in the number of endemic cases. So it can also be a single case in a new area. If it's not quickly controlled, an outbreak can become an epidemic. So the next thing is, let me explain to you what are the differences. So epidemic versus pandemic. A simple way to know the difference between an epidemic and a pandemic is to remember the P. So the P in pandemic, which means a pandemic has a passport. A pandemic is an epidemic that travels. So the next thing is epidemic versus endemic. So but what's the difference between epidemic and endemic? So an epidemic is actively spreading, which means new cases of the disease exceed what is expected. So more broadly, it is used to describe any problem that's out of control. An epidemic is often localized to a region, but the number of those infected in that region is significantly higher than normal. So for example, when COVID-19 was limited to Wuhan, China, it was an epidemic. The geographical spread turned into a pandemic. So endemics, on the other hand, are a constant presence in a specific location. So malaria is endemic to parts of Africa. An example, ice is endemic to Antarctica. So the next thing is endemic versus outbreak. So going one step further, an endemic can lead to an outbreak. So an outbreak can happen anywhere. So last summer's dengue fever outbreak in Hawaii is as an example. So dengue fever is endemic to certain regions of Africa, Central and South America, and also the Caribbean. So mosquitoes in these areas carry dengue fever and transmit it from person to person. But in 2019, there was an outbreak of dengue fever in Hawaii, where the disease is not endemic. It's believed an infected person visited the Big Island and was bitten by mosquitoes there. So the insects then transferred the disease to other individuals they bite, which created an outbreak. So I hope you understand what are these terms means. So I hope you enjoy the video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel to get more from myself. Do not forget to click on the bell icon. I'll catch you in the next video.